Yes, boss. It feels so good to see you guys, man. I have a new camera now, so you don't have to worry about no camera flickering, no blacking out, no slow motion, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. You never win when you play dirty. If you never heard of that before, I'm going to break it down real suave for you, alright? So here's the deal. Playing dirty is only something you do in efforts to like get ahead of people. You get what I'm saying? So anybody who plays dirty, they risk certain things being put on the line. There's different factors. So yes, you may get ahead, you may get what it is that you want, but I'm telling you right now, the game that you're playing is just only going to come back to like bite you in the ass. May not be tomorrow, the next week, next month, next year, but it'll come back to you. You get what I'm saying? So here's the deal, right? When you play dirty games, you have to understand that you risk damaging your relationship and your reputation, right? So here's the deal. Let's say you choose to burn your friend, right? You use your friend for something, whether it may be for money, and you say, yo, I'm not gonna pay you back, or you use your friend for their things. Like, let's say it's like, oh, you got a laptop, yeah, can I borrow it? And you return it, or you never return it. Or if you do return it, you return it in like a way messed up predicament, less than what you received it in. You get what I'm saying? It's like, when you do things like this, you damage your relationships with people. So not only are you burning bridges with people, you're also building up a track record for yourself. And I said this before. Whatever you do in this life, yeah, you can't hold your people's past against them, but a track record, if you have a steady track record of doing certain things that aligns with itself, people can fairly judge you for that. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say a girl is known to be out there, a shone, a thought, hoe, whatever you want to call it, right? And she's been doing this for years, right? When it comes time for somebody to probably take you serious, if people know who you are, that's never really going to happen. Because why? You built up a track record for yourself. You move fast. You out there. You a thought. You get what I'm saying? Go deeper. Let's say you're a person who does bad things. You known to rob, hit licks, blackmail people, get gangs involved, terrorize people. You built up a track record for yourself. So when it's time for you to play the victim card, or I'm innocent, it's going to be hard for people to damn near buy it. Why? Because you're known as somebody who's grimy, evil, and wicked. You get what I'm saying? Your record precedes you. So you have to understand that when you play certain games, especially when you play it with certain people who aren't deserving, that's when the relationship and the reputation thing can fry you. And you have to understand this, right? When people run certain games or they do certain evil things, they do it in the dark. Because if that situation gets pulled to the light, there are some people who would really choose to do away with them. So I'm going to give you an example, right? Let's say you're a person who does evil and bad things, right? You might have done it to a lot of other people, but let's say you choose to do it to somebody who's innocent, somebody who's deemed as weak or not deserving. Let's say you robbed them or you hurt them innocently, and you probably pretended to be their friend, or probably pretended that you liked them or whatever. If that person speaks on what you did, and people aren't used to seeing them in a rage situation or upset or whatever the case may be, people are going to look at you and ask you, yo, did you do that? Or you might have been the type of person who blurted out, couldn't keep your dirt to yourself, tell people what it is that you did. That stuff could fry you, because that's wicked and that's evil. There's a certain extent to do certain things too, but if you take your wicked or evil games and you run it on people who weren't deserving, you could barbecue your face for that. That's where you damage your relationship with people and your reputation, because you took a game that people probably know you to do and you ran it with somebody who wasn't deserving. That's weak. That's cruel as hell. So things like that can fry your face. Example, compromising your integrity. Yes, it kind of falls in line with what I just said with reputation, but spin it in a different angle, right? Let's say you're a person who says, yo, I'm not a thief, I wouldn't steal, I wouldn't do this. Yes, you might have been a person who did that in your past or whatever, but if something new comes up, it's going to be hard for people to kind of rule you out of the situation, because you've already compromised your integrity. You get what I'm saying? So example, you're known to be a thief. Hey, $200 came up missing. Who stole the money? Nobody's not saying anything. People are gonna want to have to play the context clues, what you call it, process of elimination game. Yo, you're a thief, and you've been a thief. You've been known to be a thief. You can't really run from that because that's the reputation you built for yourself. When you play these games, especially if you're the person who did it, you compromise your integrity, because a lot of people believe sometimes that the games that they play, they're going to have like an extensive amount of time that they can continue running these games. And you have to realize, if you keep playing this game, it's going to come back and it's going to bite you in the ass, because it could come at a time when you don't need it. You could have been a person that people have given ample amount of chances to. Now you burned your chances up. It's going to be hard for people to trust you. So you compromise your integrity, right? Here's another one for you. People will want retaliation. Now, you have to understand that there's some people, when they play dirty games, they take it to a far extent, and they take it far and beyond the places where it doesn't need to go. So I'll give you an example. Everybody should know this about me right now, right? I've had people in my life that played like they like me just to get in with me, because growing up I was very sheltered. So my mom used to treat me like I was a prisoner. School, home, stay inside the house. You're not allowed to go anywhere. My mom used to treat me like I was a prisoner. I was on lockdown for a great amount of time. So whenever I had the ability to go outside and have some fun, meet new people, I took advantage of the opportunity. And you have to understand this as well. When you're looked at as somebody who doesn't know any better, or you're naive, or whatever the case may be, people are going to want to try their best to do whatever it is that they want to you. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a benefit. You don't know anything. You get what I'm saying? I've had people do some things like create all type of stories and narratives on me that don't fit, because there are a lot of people who may not know me, so they can sell that story to them and build an army of people to go ahead and, oh, I don't like him. Such and such said that he's a thief, or he stole from him. I've had people who do this to me. And it's got me to the point where I was like, yo, if I really want a retaliation, it's going to be ugly, dirty, and foul, bro. But I leave it to a higher power, because sometimes when you reach out to go and retaliate against somebody, or somebody who did something to you, chances are sometimes it's not going to work out the way that you wanted it to. It can actually backfire on you and make things worse than what it needed to be, as opposed to you just leaving things alone. But you have to realize this as well. When you play these type of games with people, run people's name through the dirt, recruit people just to, go after this person, or, throw more dirt on their name, create more lies. Let me tell you something. You're going to play a game where somebody's probably going to want to do something to you. Because there are some people in this world, believe it or not, they have never met their match before. So they do a lot of dirty things and use people because they feel like, I have the upper hand in this situation, or I know you, you're pussy, or you're weak. My nigga, I could try you. Let me tell you something. Every dog has his day. If you don't believe me, ask questions, dog. You can continuously bully somebody or pick at somebody, and you could be the person that, I've been getting tried for years. I'm going to take everything that's been done to me and I'm going to throw it back on you now. And there are some people, they cannot take what they've been dishing out to people for years, because there are some people who have like a broken spirit, or like a bruised ego, or this inflated ego, that I feel like you're a person that you think you're better than me, or I feel like you're better than me, let me humble you. There are people who've tried to humble me in different ways when I have done nothing to them. And the biggest thing that I fought with in my life is retaliation. Because I don't have to necessarily go and do anything myself. I know people that's on the same type of time as them. So if I say certain things, it's going to escalate it, and it's going to entice them to be like, I want to do something for you. You have to understand this, right? In life, revenge can be sweet, but there's nothing sweeter than success, dog. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you never heard of this, and nobody ever broke it down to you like this, right? If you're truly a successful person, you don't have time to be out here retaliating and going after people and doing dumb shit with people. You get what I'm saying? If you're really touching money, or you're really hustling, or you got motion, or you got progress, or whatever, you don't have time for that. That was one of the biggest things I thought about, bro. I have so much things going on. I don't have time to retaliate or go back and forth with people. I'll leave it in God's hands. And there are certain things that are starting to slowly unfold because it's been going on for years. You get what I'm saying? So all in all, I want to tell you this. If you play games with people, 1, you don't know who knows who. 2, you don't know what tomorrow holds. 3, you don't know what's around the corner. 4, you don't know how the situation is really going to end, which is a relation to 2, 3. And of course, it's number 4. If you play dirty games, you may think this person is sweet or they're never going to retaliate. You don't know what's around the corner, dog. You keep playing games with people, you keep knocking at the door, somebody's going to answer. Because there are some people, they get a high off of destroying somebody else's name. And I tell you like this, you have to be careful when you play those games. Because I'm telling you right now, bro, like, I've seen things go sour and some people expected it would never go this way. And I'm going to tell you like this, playing games with people, especially when you know that you're wrong, my best advice to you, dog, is just quit while you're ahead, bro. Just quit. Because if you know that you wrong somebody or you harm somebody and you expect them to retaliate because you either never liked them or you had this feeling on the inside like, I never liked you, I wanted to get this off, or I really wanted to start problems with you, you have some serious issues on the inside, dog. To go out your way to go pick at somebody, you have to seek help, bro. Because that's not a normal behavior. You have to be seriously broken to do some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And more so over, as I stated before, there are some people, they cannot let go of certain things. They hold it like, I remember you from 5th grade. You were the person who robbed me. Or I remember you did this to me in high school. There are people like that in the world. That's why I warn people, bro. If you feel like you have an urge to hurt somebody or play with somebody's name or do something dirty to them, think about tomorrow. You don't know what tomorrow holds, and karma is a real thing. You get what I'm saying? Lastly, right? You can never ever really call yourself a good person, right? Because if you play a dirty game with somebody, just know this. It takes a special type of person to do that. You're not just going to up and willingly play a dirty game with somebody unless there's an agenda behind it. Yes, you can play games with people and run a joke. Yes. But running a dirty or grimy game with somebody who never deserved it and then turn around and call yourself a good person. You know, like how the world we live in, people be like, there's a lot of people who aren't good, and there's some people like, I know I'm a good person. If you went out of your way to do something grimy to somebody and it was ill-advised and that person didn't deserve it, you cannot call yourself a good person, dog. I'm telling you that right now. Playing grimy games with people, especially people who didn't deserve it, people you have a jealousy or a hatred towards, you can never call yourself a good person. People like that are the problems in the world. The people who who throw the rock and hide their hands. Play like they're one way when they're not. That's called being two-faced. You get what I'm saying? And the people who know what I'm talking about, they know who I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? You have to realize that playing these games, it never really gets you far. It probably might get you a temporary high or a temporary W, but I'm telling you, if the truth comes out of the things that you've done to other people and the things you've done to probably use or abuse other people with either the power or the leverage that you have, people can turn on you for it. And that's one of the ugliest situations nobody ever wants to go through. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I use them to help you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. It's your boy 444 The World. Now that I have the camera, I got you on videos. Just send me requests on what it is you want me to talk about, and I'll drop them for you, man. Peace.